Somos advogados. Lenny.
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I
Já
avoid getting
tô
mixed up in this
na
whirlpool
lama,
of
meu
mess
guerreiro. Não tem
if I were
como sair
you.
não, velho. Acho difícil aí.
What do you mean?
Diga, me conte mais. Ah, tá sendo automático
Come
agora.
with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Coalla. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Coalla inside it.
Mas por que o Coalla estava dentro? Não era a garota que deveria estar lá?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
Mas isso mas isso não é sempre verdade. As pessoas também podem ser a evidência mais confiável. Ter evidência mais confiável.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good.
Tudo bem, guerreiro.
Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Ué, esse é o nosso objetivo aqui, né? Você pode usar o registro de casos para confirmar suas evidências atuais e coleção de pistas. Bem, como informações relacionadas ao caso. Você pode checar as evidências ainda não descobertas e pistas no registro de casos. Então, investigar a área correspondente para localizá-las. Use a habilidade de percepção para encontrar evidências e pistas que podem ser investigadas em um certo raio ao seu redor. Isso vai avançar seu progresso geral. Relatório da investigação do Gardes. De acordo com as descobertas da investigação dos Gardes, os fogos de artifício que foram disparados pouco antes do fim da apresentação incendiaram as cordas que seguravam um tanque de água, fazendo com que ele caísse e resultasse na morte do Coalla. Laney parece ser a pessoa mais provável de ter usado um acessório como arma de assassinato. Mas a questão é, por que o Coalla? E por que a mulher escolhida da plateia desapareceu? Ainda há muitas perguntas a serem respondidas. Identidade do falecido. O falecido é um dos assistentes de Laney, chamado Coalla. Não sei se fala assim. Todos seus colegas confiavam nele. Seu trabalho era arrumar e inspecionar os adereços, bem como ajudar no show e manter a audiência engajada. Podemos trabalhar? Observar. Calma aí. Foi aqui onde a caixa mágica foi atingida. Se Coalla não estivesse dentro da caixa naquele momento, ele poderia ter evitado que o tanque de água caísse nele. Opa! Tá. Observar a caixa. A caixa mágica quebrada foi deixada na cena após os guardas concluírem sua investigação. Olhando para ela agora, o tanque de água deve ter atingido ela com muita força. Não, foi de leve.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Tá. Então, deixa eu olhar. Ah, foi concluído. Tô chumbado no chão. Investigar.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Então Lenny não percebeu que essa era uma questão de segurança ou...
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
Só estou olhando onde a corda partiu.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Parece ser inflamável, como um tipo de algodão.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Faça anotação, pai. Cordas especiais. Esta corda era usada para suspender o tanque de água. Ela quebrou repetidamente quando os fogos de artifício estavam sendo lançados no palco. A investigação mostrou que o ponto de ruptura da corda era feito de material inflamável. Tá, vamos continuar nossa exploração aqui. Aqui foi... Vamos falar com o Maurice. Maurice.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime
Sou
suspects.
advogado, cara.
The
Relaxa.
investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Você podendo dizer quem é ela, somos os advogados, né?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Obrigado por nos contar tudo isso.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
Claro,
It is of
pô.
utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Pô, pai, eu quero um óculos desse, velho. Informação sobre a identidade da senhorita desaparecida. Ryzen, não sei qual é o nome dela. É a pessoa desaparecida. Ela é uma pintora famosa e veio para assistir o show de mágica para fazer uma pausa em seu próprio processo criativo. Ela não parece ter se envolvido em nenhum tipo de desavença com um membro da trupe mágica, ok? Tem um carinha lá pra gente explorar ali, ó. Era ele, né? Era você que eu tenho que falar, ó.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Diga logo, meu
Lenny used the
guerreiro.
machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Isso a gente já
We
sabe.
thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Ou alguém sabia que ia estar lá, né?
Out, Lenny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Obrigado, desculpe te incomodar.
Even though it's bad for Lenny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Isso a gente já sabe, ele acabou de falar, né? Então não vou ficar lendo não. Ele acabou de dizer o que era. 1 de 3. Todos aqui eu já vi, né? Opa. Vamos ver a caixa daqui. Parece uma caixa comum, mas Lenny de alguma forma se moveu estranhamente do palco. Porra. Opa. Tem mais missão ali.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
Me conte aí o que você
We don't
descobriu.
have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Claro.
Thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or
Mas se a
something
corda foi
like that.
queimada, meu guerreiro.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Mas aí tá errado.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Então nesse caso o tanque de água não teria balançado um pouco?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
É, reconsidere isso aí, velho.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Um som estranho durante o show de mágica. Anotado. Deixa eu ver se eu acho mais coisa aqui. Apareceu alguma coisa aqui, não apareceu? Eu preciso achei mais uma, né? Opa! Deixa eu falar com a Molly.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
A gente tem que procurar mais coisas. Não tem nenhuma entrada lá, né? Acho que a gente vai ter que sair mesmo. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui. Aqui não tem nada. A gente pode subir, né? Pra ver.
You! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Essa aqui é a
Não.
advogada, né?
And
Tô
by the
ferindo os
looks of
direitos
it,
delas.
You're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it.
Rosula?
Spina di Rosula does it.
Rosula? Espina de Rosula.
Navia have the honor of being its renowned president.
Nave é o nome dela.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the the second-generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should
Demoiselle.
you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Navia.
If you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Então você também quer investigar?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now.
Pai, eu quero um óculos desse, cara.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
É, qual é a conclusão dela?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Ou ela tá se fazendo de... Não é possível. Ah, sim, claro, claro.
Rena sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
É meio difícil, né?
Uncommon for her.
O truque era dele e o cara pagou, né?
She was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Voltei, né? Quando você fala desse jeito...
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Não, não sou obrigado.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Não contou em nada, pai.
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
Nem sempre.
And why would that be?
Isso torna fácil com que a verdade seja deixada de lado. Um assunto tão sério não deveria ser tratado com entretenimento.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
Passei, cadê meu
I
presente?
need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion if you like.
Não sou
I'm really
exigente.
not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Acho que você está entendendo errado, pai. Então, você já concordou, entendo.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Alrighty then.
Direto ele, hein?
We'll be
Foda-se.
making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
A última era ela, né? Provavelmente. Não, ainda tem que procurar o negócio da ópera. Eu vou subir. Deve ter alguma coisa lá. Tá, vamos falar com essa daqui. Tristane. Olha o Tristana aí, ó.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
E quanto a durante o show? Enquanto durante o show, né?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see
Suspeito
Linny's
da minha senhora é
performance from here,
suspeita, hein?
which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I
Sei.
stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door,
Você já sabe que
I
ela foi
would have noticed
assistir,
it,
né?
let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Ela saiu daí, você sabe, né, pai?
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Eu acho que ela se mexeu do... A estrada... Estradas e saída da ópera, né? Tá, isso aí ela acabou de falar tudo, então... Ó,
We've checked everything of note here
pergunte...
at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how
Eu não
Linny's
consigo
suspension with
subir, né?
performance is going. Let's go
Eu
see,
queria
shall we?
vir aqui em cima pra ver.
Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Tá, vamos continuar isso aqui no próximo, né? Em um próximo breve momento, né?